I don't know who this message is for, but it carries an intense, heavy weight, like a deep and profound reading of the heart. Whoever this is meant for, there is someone in your orbit who has been extremely nervous about connecting with you for a very long time. They feel a deep, lingering anxiety about approaching you. This is not just simple shyness. It is a profound overthinking of how you would perceive them if they came too close or revealed their true selves. This person is not impulsive. They possess a wealth of feelings for you, but they think carefully before they act. They hold back because they are paralyzed by the fear of doing the wrong thing. There is a strong, almost overwhelming concern within them about how they will be seen by you. They worry that revealing too much of their internal world might irrevocably change your perception of them. The energy surrounding you is incredibly bright, commanding, and impossible to ignore. You are seen as someone with a vibrant, colorful spirit. You breathe life into spaces without even trying. When you walk into a room, the entire atmospheric mood shifts. You add warmth, expression, and an undeniable energy just by existing. You are never dull, even in your calmest moments. There is something fiercely alive about you. Some people might misunderstand this at first, underestimating your quiet confidence or misreading your strength. But the truth is, your energy is commanding. When you decide on a path, reality tends to move in your direction. You hold influence, even if you do not consciously notice it. This is precisely why this person is so nervous. They feel your power. They feel the magnitude of your presence. And instead of feeling entirely comfortable, they feel softly intimidated. They are not scared of harm. They are terrified of rejection or of simply not being enough to hold your attention. They desperately want to connect with you, and you occupy their thoughts constantly. But right now, they have pulled back into the quiet. They are watching from a distance, staying in the background, trying not to be noticed too much. Yet their feelings remain intensely active. There is a profound sense of unfulfilled possibility between the two of you. A tension that suggests something eventually has to change, move forward, or shift. This person may not have shared many direct conversations with you, or if they have, those interactions were carefully limited. But they observe you. They pay attention to the subtlest details. How you speak, how you move, how you command a space. Even the smallest interactions matter to them, far more than you could ever realize. They attempt to send you very subtle signals. Tiny, quiet actions. A short interaction, a brief greeting, a quiet acknowledgement of something you shared. Nothing bold, nothing direct, just quiet, hesitant attempts to be seen by you without stepping fully into the light. They do this because they are paralyzed by uncertainty. They crave your attention but lack the confidence to ask for it directly. When those tiny signals are not clearly acknowledged, they feel instantly discouraged, embarrassed, and they retreat. It becomes a relentless cycle. They reach out in microscopic ways, feel unseen, pull back, and then try again later when the longing becomes too much. It is not stable, but it proves that their interest is incredibly resilient. In daily life, this looks dangerously simple. A passing glance, a quick word in a casual setting, but emotionally, for them, the air is electric. When you enter a space, they become acutely aware, physically restless, and highly self-conscious. They overthink every movement, becoming fidgety, hyper-aware of how they are coming across. The pressure inside them builds not out of fear of you, but out of an overwhelming desire to be perfect in your eyes. They see you as someone who goes boldly after what they want. They believe that if you wanted someone, you would not hesitate. You would act. This directness makes them even more nervous as they compare their own hesitation to your natural confidence. You are someone who does not miss opportunities, which makes them feel they must be flawless if they ever approach you. This expectation of perfection only causes them to delay further. There is a deep fascination with your energy. They are magnetically drawn to you, yet they view you as someone slightly out of reach, emotionally intense in a way that feels rare and sacred. It is not an energy they feel they can casually step into. But no matter how hard they try to stay away or withdraw, their mind inevitably wanders back to you. They are caught in a painful purgatory between wanting you completely and holding themselves back. The fear of making a move and being rejected holds them hostage. Sometimes their attempts at connection are so subtle that they completely bypass your notice. When you don't respond, they assume you are uninterested, leading to internal frustration and deeper retreat, even though they never truly expressed themselves in the first place. This attraction is not casual. It is emotionally loaded. They are trying desperately to manage their feelings, but the control is slipping. It leaks out in small behaviors. They are terrified of losing the moment, yet terrified of stepping into it. A specific message keeps repeating in this energy. Someone understands your humor and your soul in a way that feels incredibly rare. For some of you, this person has watched you navigate other relationships from afar. They have stood on the sidelines, harboring feelings for a long time, patient, waiting, and never rushing. They believe you deserve the absolute best. You are not someone they could ever treat casually. They have placed you on a high emotional pedestal, but internal barriers block their way. They struggle to express emotions and harbor a deep fear of giving too much too quickly, terrified of appearing needy or desperate. This fear stems from complicated life experiences and heavy karmic weight. They are processing past choices and emotional burdens. Some of them live a divided life, presenting a polished, curated image to the world or on social media, while hiding a much heavier private reality. They are actively working through a period of inner darkness, attempting to shed toxic patterns, old habits, and emotional wounds. This emotional guarding often traces back to childhood experiences, perhaps a difficult dynamic with a caregiver that taught them to equate vulnerability with danger. They learn to protect themselves fiercely, avoiding situations where they might feel exposed. Financial or stability issues may also be at play. When their life feels out of order, their confidence shatters, convincing them they are not ready to approach someone they admire so deeply. Yet, the attraction remains unyielding. They are mesmerized by your presence, your voice, the way you move. Watching you do the simplest things draws them in completely. It is a profound mix of admiration and desire. But the internal struggle persists, a desperate urge to reach out, instantly countered by the instinct to pull back. Despite the cycles of retreat, they refuse to let go of hope. A quiet belief stays alive in the background that somehow, something could still happen between you. They daydream extensively. In quiet, unoccupied moments, their mind drifts to you effortlessly, imagining deep, long-term scenarios, marriage, commitment, a shared life path. This is not a fleeting crush. It is a significant, foundational emotional attachment. However, this situation demands discernment. Because they are still navigating their own healing, the connection is not simple. It carries a mix of profound peace and heavy emotional weight. They are highly protective of their heart, and if confronted directly right now, they would likely withdraw in embarrassment. Not out of a lack of care, but because exposure is their greatest fear. Still, underneath the defenses, receiving contact from you brings them genuine, unfiltered happiness. You are a constant in their quietest moments. They are intentional people, and they do not value things lightly. You are highly valued in their mind, which is why the energy remains so persistent. They may feel they need to become more stable, having recently walked away from something deeply draining, a toxic relationship or environment, and are slowly rebuilding themselves. While they do this, you remain a constant anchoring thought. There is a profound synchronicity surrounding this energy. It feels like a strange, beautiful alignment of events that defies logical explanation. Today, I experienced something that perfectly mirrored this exact emotional weight. I bought a Canadian opal from a healer. As I held this custom-made piece set in platinum, a metal whose energy I have been deeply drawn to recently, I sat in my car and began to cry. It was not planned. An overwhelming emotion washed over me, a deep, raw love for someone I have not even met yet. I realized in that moment that this stone was for my future partner. It was not about the cost. It was about the profound, unexplainable connection to the stone and the platinum energy. I felt an intense, burning desire to protect someone, a feeling so strong I felt I would burn the world down just to keep them safe. It was a massive wave of love and a total emotional release. Everything feels connected. That simple act of buying a ring felt like a bridge bringing me closer to the person I am meant to love deeply. It feels as though there is a spiritual contract, an ancient agreement between souls. For some of you listening, it feels like that person already exists in your life, even if you do not fully recognize them yet. They might be deeply in love with you in their own quiet way, feeling that you are the one they are meant to grow old with. You might be entirely unaware, going about your life, not stressing over who is trying to get your attention, but internally, they are doing so much work, thinking, observing, and trying to figure out how to bridge the gap. There are no coincidences here. Certain connections are written in the stars. For some, this person is meant to support your path, and you are meant to help them heal their karmic challenges. But because they refuse to be a burden, they stay quiet, handling their struggles alone so as not to interfere with your light. This connection requires true energetic alignment. If your energy matches, you will naturally recognize each other. If it does not, or if one is stuck in unhealthy patterns, it will remain distant. I would never have chosen that platinum opal ring for someone I hadn't met unless I felt an absolute, undeniable alignment with their soul. That is how powerful this invisible pull is. There is a reason for everything that unfolds, even in the waiting. Know that you are deeply appreciated. There is an immense amount of love in this space, and the energy, this powerful symbolic presence, is still actively unfolding around you.